Discord. What up, what up, what up? 1 second, guys. Let me let everybody in the Discord know that we are live at everyone. Let me copy the link real quick. Hello, Seven Pandas. Hello, Biko. Critical Role pre-show with Luis Carazo as guest. We'll do that, and then we will copy this and paste that. All right, I think we are Gucci. What is up, my friends? Tonight, we have the return of Campaign 4, and we also have Luis Carazo, aka Azune, stepping in for this one. Don't have a set time. He says he's going to try to come on a little bit early. Regardless, he's going to be on for about 45 minutes. So we will have him for 45 minutes today. And that will be that. So let me double check all of this. I was trying to figure out if I could like post that in the Beacon Discord, but yeah, I need to like ping a mod or something like that, I guess. But I don't really want to bother somebody, but I would love to post it in there because I'd love for more people to know that we're going to have Louise on. Oh yeah, let me also go live on the other broadcast. All right, go live there. I think I'm live everywhere now. I think we are live there. I think I'm live. So, all right, let's do this thing, huh? So, we're back, baby. Oh, that's exciting. Spooky, I just put it live. Spooky, I apologize, but it is there now. Today has been quite the day, guys. Quite the day. Why am I getting random people adding me as friends on? No. I just had an hour and 20-minute conversation with Travis. About an hour ago, we ended that, and then here we are with this. And we get to hang out with Louise. While we wait, because I don't know exactly when he's going to come on. Let's do. I have some trivia questions. You guys down for a little bit? I don't know if I'm going to put it all up on screen. But I'll kind of ask, and you guys can throw some answers in chat or do whatever. I don't want to like set up the whole thing for it quite yet. If you guys are down for that, what do you guys think? Oh, it was great. The conversation with Travis was awesome. He teased some stuff too. There's definitely some teasers. There are some stuff. I will say this. He said stuff in there that has not been said publicly. So tune in. I'm not saying he like made massive reveals or anything, but he teased that there are things that are happening that they have not said. So yeah. All right. So, goal. True. And I know Daniel tried to remind me of that too. And I thought it. I was like, oh yeah, let me make sure I do that. Oh, what is that? Deb sent fortune cookie. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but thank you. How do I set a goal without it being right there? I normally do it before. Can I scroll up? Yep, there it is. Let's do that. We'll do all the colors. We'll say 2 hours. Support full time. All right. Yeah, guys. What a day. What a day. Yeah, can we ask Louise questions? I actually want to ask how yeah. So here's how it's going to work with Louise. He's going to come on, we're going to chat, and I'm going to take questions from the chat. I'm going to be vetting them. It's going to be up to him if he wants to look at chat himself. But I'm going to be vetting them because some people are going to ask questions that he's just not going to answer. And I'd rather not have to sift through that. I will do slow mode. You're right. Let me go. Actually, I should probably do that now. Hello, Joan. How did I do that last time? Let's go ahead. Yeah. Customization. No, down here. Yeah. Customization. We'll do slow mode, and I'm just gonna do like 15 seconds. And we'll see if that helps with that. But yeah, so that's how it's gonna work. Louise will be coming on probably within the next 15 to 20 minutes. He's gonna hang out for about 45 minutes. We're gonna chat, we're gonna talk campaign 4. He's gonna answer some questions from you guys. I'm gonna ask him some trivia questions, but they're actually gonna be related to his character. So I'm gonna ask him some of the questions that were like, what's your sister's name? How old, you know, what's the age gap between you, like stuff like that, as well. So yeah, it should be fun, guys. It should be fun. If you guys haven't already, click the thumbs up button down below, guys. Please click that thumbs up button down below. Thank you for the finger heart for 350 jewels. I doubt they would have a new intro, but it would happen to be wrong. They're coming. So that comes up. We didn't actually talk about that, but I did mention it in the interview that I had with him, that, you know, a lot of people want like a song, right? They want that from Boston here. Hey, welcome in, official. I think he's gonna. No, I think he will too, but it'll just be a little fun to be like, hey, because he doesn't watch some of the other episodes, so it will be tough to be like, hey, answer these questions about the other campaigns, and I potentially spoil stuff to him and stuff like that. So, yeah. Hello, Holly. Hello. I'm a one question ready. Yeah, I'll try to pass them on, guys. Again, I'm not going to get to every question, so nobody gets your hopes up high. But I'm going to try to ask them some questions. We're just going to chat a bit. We're going to have some fun. And also think, like, when you're asking a question, you know it's something he's not going to answer, right? They're very good about not spoiling. So if you're going to be like, hey, are you going to do this later? Like, right? Like, just try think some of those things through. Like, maybe, heck yeah, Paul. Love that, dude. Hello, Holly. Kevo, any idea which show we were starting with? Seekers. Yeah, the Seekers, or the Insta post was basically confirming that's who we're going with. Well, don't send them to me now, Steven. Definitely hold on those. It's been so long, guys. I'm super excited to get back into this. Very looking forward to getting back into the campaign, getting back into the recaps, getting back into the videos and the thoughts and everything else. It's definitely an exciting time to be a Critical Role fan. I don't get this. Oh, I don't have it up. Windy Face, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Hello. Those of you who, if you're seeing me in a vertical, like a 9:16, I should have a thing pinned where you guys can see the full video. Full screen is going to be there. So I would recommend that, because once we're on, like me and Louise are on, I'm not going to be able to have it in the vertical feeds. Or I might, but it'll take some finagling. So just be aware. Loved Umber, ready for some campaign 4. Let's go, Pender. Same. But thank you for the follow, by the way. Hey, Stephanie, what's up? Hello, Southern Life. Yeah, it's back on tonight. We return with episode 32. I just watched the first Lanterns episode last night, Toast, actually. It's tour on YouTube, so I watched them today. Nice. Heck yeah. Nickel Adventures on your travels. Well, are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else? But yeah, so exciting day. We did our first episode of Table and Talk on Tuesday. So that was with Joe Manganello, aka Archon the Cruel. Then today, Travis Willingham came on Table and Talk. His episode will come out on Tuesday. So I just spent an hour and 20 minutes talking to Travis about an hour and a half ago. And so look for that on Tuesday. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Look out for it. It was a very fun conversation. Really enjoyed it. And so that'll be coming out Tuesday. And then we have Louise on today. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Send a high five for 100 jewels. Hey, thanks. I'm a Friday watcher, but I can't wait. Let's go. I also have, again, I have other ones lined up. Neil Newbin, aka Astarian, Deborah Wild, aka Lazelle, Christian Navarro, like a lot of people are coming on Table and Talk, so definitely follow along for that. About trying to spoiler, getting him to answer what his character sexuality is. Louise is gay, so I've shipped Azune with King Gus. Okay. I don't know how much shipping he's done, right? Like, I don't know that that's any of that. Thanks, Toast. Subscribe to... Oh, got you, WB. Understood. Is it the Soldier's Table that only has a Bria? Yes. Yeah, we have the Schemers still in the city. And then we have the Seekers that are out. And then the Soldiers right now is just that. Do you think we're getting a Taisha cold open? I think it's quite possible. Without spoiling, did you ask Travis anything about a new character? Of course I did. Of course I did. Will I lie to you and say that he told me what it is? No. No. But I did ask about it, and he did say some information. Hey, JD, thank you for the subscription over on Twitch. Appreciate that. Work cutting hours, so I'm able to join live tonight. Well, I'm excited you're able to join. I don't know if I should be excited that work is cutting hours. Anyone to help an old pirate? I'm trying to come up with an honorary pirate name for Louise. Best I've got is Listbeard. Not very good. I mean, it kind of hits. Pun for the return of the main campaign. Same, Jay Fran, 100%. I'm with you. I'm excited for it. Love the last interview with Louise. Such an intriguing person with how he thinks about his character. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, Louise is one of the greatest people I've ever met, and I say that with confidence. Not only from chatting with him, but meeting him at Gen Con. We spent a decent amount of time together. We hung out 4 or 5 times. Louise is genuinely, I enjoy Louise as a human being. I think he's a good person with a kind heart, a good mind for thinking things through. He's able to like bounce things off of. Big fan of this guy that's coming on. Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to spoil my interview. Look, watch the interview with Travis on Tuesday. Watch from Majid. I'll have to watch campaign tomorrow, but I can watch a bit of this. Sounds good, Adam. Sounds good. Please, you're coming. Have a great. Hey, peace out, Texas. Peace out, Toast. Let's see. What? Yeah, Louise is going to come on, Marissa. Yep. Same, Kaylee. Same. What is where the cold open is the Soldier's Table, and this is when Travis comes back. Unless Travis has lied a lot in his, like, he was on the tailgate and stuff, he's not. They're still figuring out when he can come back. And again, if you want to know more, watch Table and Talk on Tuesday with Travis. Still, Kurt Day hasn't filmed with them again. Yeah. Literally building such a connection with the cast. It's been great to watch channel grow this past year. Thank you, John. Yeah, I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Somebody asked me today when I, like, you know, because I had Joe and then I have Travis and they were like, how are you doing this? And I was like, perseverance. I worked on trying to get Critical Role people for like 9 months. Like 9 months of me emailing, adding people on LinkedIn, doing all this stuff. It's like, you want to know how I did it? I'm crazy. Okay. Like, that's basically it. I didn't stop. Respectfully, don't be, you know, weird about it, but yeah. Similar to someone who's good looking, kind of successful while still being into nerdy stuff, but good for him. So excited. Hey, Sherry. Crawls with the cable. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Taryn. Welcome in. It'll be a while then. Yeah, I think it's going to be a while. W consistency. Yeah, was definitely about that. Louise is the only one I know confirmed that he has watched some of the animatics. Is so grateful he shared what he did. Heck yeah. Love that. Saying Travis be at Abria's table as someone new, maybe a member of the Cloak. I want him to be the Cloak, and I should have brought that up. Dude, there was like talking with him. Like we just had a good time, and there were so many things that we would start talking about, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I need to remember to ask about this," and then I would, because yeah, and I meant to ask. I wanted to suggest that I was like, "Hey, I'd love if you remember the Cloak, but I don't know how they're gonna do it." Yeah. Wanting this when the campaign started, yeah, 100%, John. Yeah. I spent the time off watching a lot of Critical Role. Did you know that during Sarah 41, Travis's first role was to notice Mara the Falcon, his first role? Talk about foreshadowing. Really? Interviews. Perseverance is paying off. Yeah. Yeah. amongst other things, you know. Do we have a new episode tonight? We do, David. Yes, they return tonight. Yo, what's up, Rubber Room? Yeah, so tonight we get episode 32, the return of Critical Role Campaign 4. Not only that, Luis Carazo, aka Azune, will be joining us on the stream sometime soon, probably in the next 10 to 20 minutes, to chat and answer questions and stuff like that. So think about that. Yeah. And then again, on Tuesday, I had an over hour-long chat with Travis, and that will come out on Tuesday. My weekend is about to be insane. I also have to do the recap. I also need my NERDCORE weekly. I'm about to die. Daniel with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Congratulations on the reviews and all the progress you made this year. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the $10 super chat. What's up, Anonymous? So shouldn't have for you pals to just love you to see you get these opportunities. Thank you, Kaylee. Appreciate that. It's good. What question during the tailgate on Tuesday were you most surprised by the answer? The thing that shocked me the most from that, and I don't even really want to repeat it. Those of you who watched it will know what I'm talking about. It was something Whitney said about a movie and what was in that movie, and it caught me so off guard that I was like, to me, like my immediate thought was like, that's a PR nightmare. What was just said and the way it was like framed, which it wasn't the intention, right? Like there was no, but that's what stuck with me from that was just like, whoa. Oh, in the their thing about having payment for when people to help when a character dies, so that the person has like, hey, you're still going to get paid for like 2 episodes after that or something, or a few episodes after that. That was kind of surprising. It makes sense. It completely makes sense the way that Marisha explained it, but it did surprise me. What's up, Paladin Forge? What's up, Mal? Also, guys, if you don't know, we do bingo for Critical Role Campaign 4 run by Jaded. So we'll get to that here in a bit. The movie, yeah, Dragon Drake, yeah. Yeah, that one caught me off guard. Big time. Hey, Bound Bob with the 5 gifted memberships. If you guys receive a membership from Bound Bob, make sure to say thank you. Travis ordering tequila and them almost bringing it. Yeah, that's fun too. It was fun overall. Like I literally laughed out loud several times. Yeah, character severance pay. Character severance pay. So Pun for Louise, yeah, we'll have him on here in a bit and we'll chat it up. Yeah, I was like, sure, it's probably just Samantha that's really, and yeah, when she said the thing was like, if you're into that, and I was like, oh my God. They bounced back well, because I expected someone to be like, yeah, okay. But they handled it. They handled it pretty well. Pretty Nerdcore, you're really awesome. It's cool to see your channel grow and get these cool interviews. Looking for seeing our guests. Heck yeah, thanks, Goober. Appreciate that. Hello, Beggar. Welcome in, everybody. If you guys have not already done so, please click the thumbs up button down below. I would appreciate that. Defin, thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. So an eternity prediction for this episode. It has been an eternity, Emma, like so long. How's your D&D room coming along? It hasn't made that much progress since my last update. It's a lot of the same. This room has changed more than the D&D room. Like I put up these D&D posters back here, and of course I filled out these bookshelves. You can't see them as much because of the chat. You guys are blocking it, but yeah, if you guys haven't already, give a thumbs up to this video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel and you like D&D, you like Critical Role, you like nerd stuff, subscribe to the channel for me, okay? Appreciate that. Any predictions for this episode? Sorry, I didn't answer your question. Whew. I mean, we're going to be with Seekers, and it's just going to be their first exploration out, right? They're just leaving the city. Yo, what's up, Tails? What up? Ooh, I need to make sure I don't forget that this is there. I don't understand what you were talking about, the tailgate thing. What I'm referencing that Whitney said, I'm not going to repeat it. But if people saw it, they know what I'm talking about, and that's it. Can you ask how long he's been acting? What else he has been in? Yeah. Try to remind me if I don't remember once we get into him being here. He's been acting for a long time. Again, you can wait for his answer. He's been in quite a few things. The summer break has been like crossing the barren Shadowlands. Now we are returning to the revived forest. Heck yeah. So it's been a big wait. However, it's been peak for helping me get into Dungeon Crawler Carl. Nice. Nice. I'm sure a lot of people made good use of their time away. I didn't. I just wallowed in sorrow. That thing. The movie reference. That was like, oh, if you like this, yeah, that one threw me off. But other than that, which channel do you think Travis will come back? Travis, so his character is probably not getting introduced for a bit, and so that makes me think, trying to predict now, the tables might not be the same by the time his character makes an appearance. So that's a little bit harder to say. Yeah. I've seen Luis in some commercials. Yeah, Luis has been in commercials. He's been in SWAT. He's been in some other stuff. Yeah. Hopefully Ashley will finally process that death. Quite possible. Yo, what's up, better? Come from World of Darkness. They're going to be wild and good with being wild. Yeah. I wallowed in Silo Lands. What's up, big dog? I finally finished campaign 3, so I'm officially caught up on all the Critical Role. Let's go, Kaylee. Taisha, she's alone. It's possible, but again, it depends on the recording thing. Like, I know they're actively recording right now. They're recording an episode last night. I know that because I'm cool. No, but really, like, they're actively recording, but I don't know who or when, or well, actually I do kind of know who, but I don't know, like, at what point. Is this like 2 arcs later, right? I don't have that information. But where do you think Travis will be when he joins? It's so when people like you guys are asking these predictions, it's so hard because we don't know where they will be. Because Travis isn't coming back for a while. Like, if you're expecting Travis is going to be here in 4 weeks, no. It's going to be a while. So being like, oh, where is he going to be? Is like, I don't know where the game's going to be, right? We could be talking about 2, 3, 4 months from now before we see him again. So like, where's the game going to be 4 months from now, 5 months from now, right? It's just so hard to predict. What's up, Edwin? Oh yeah, Ophidian, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Ophidian. Hopefully it has been a good day after a week of just bad news. I thought I would catch up on more actual plays during the break, but I didn't. Fair. Do you think they'll bring in short guest appearances to be with Abria? The Wonder. I don't know if it'll be with Abria, but I think it was basically confirmed in the tailgate there will be guests. They basically said like, yeah, there'll be guests. So yeah. Reminder: the NERDCORE Discord host folks chatting during episodes. Very true. If you guys would like, down in the description is my Discord. We have a Critical Role live chat where you can jump in and hang out and talk Critical Role. Is doing CEO things. Yeah, there's definitely that, but also, and again, you know what? I'm not spoiling my own interview with Travis anymore. On Tuesday, you will get some more insight into the where, the how, the why if he returns. So we talk about that somewhat in my interview. We just recorded the interview today. It comes out on Tuesday, my interview with Travis. So it's part of my new series called Table and Talk. On Tuesday, it will come out, and you'll get to learn some more information about that. Rip Optimus Prime. Yeah, I know. Just another one for the week. There could be multiple other character deaths before Travis comes back. A lot can change. Exactly. Will we probably see a guest before Travis? That's possible. Based on what we have seen, Arc 2 is going to run through the end of the year. Yeah, I would expect that. Is he doing bingo again? Jaded is. Jaded runs bingo. We will have bingo in the Discord and all that. We finished. We have not done the trivia. I didn't want to like do all the scene switching stuff because I don't even remember which one I used for it. But let me see. Let me see if I can finagle something here and do a little bit of the trivia for you guys. Let me add another. Let's do quickly display capture, and we'll do boom. I don't know if you can see that super well. All right. So we got this up here for you guys who want to answer. King Augustus Valiant, aka King Gus, rules what land? 1, the kingdom of Old Oberdemia. 2, the kingdom of Gormalay. 3, the kingdom of Argosia. Or 4, the kingdom of Timony. I need reach. Thank you, Mila. Snap, we back, gang. Can't wait. Yeah, let's go, Sandpaper. I was doing these as polls over on YouTube before, but just for this, since this is kind of just like vamping a little bit of time, we're going to hold off on that. I will also say, because there are 13 people watching on the vertical feed of YouTube, there is a whole horizontal feed that I have pinned right now. If you would like to see the horizontal version of the stream and get a more full screen, and it's probably better for when Louise joins and stuff, I'll put it in chat again. But feel free to jump over there for all that. But yes, I see everybody's putting it correct. It is the kingdom of Timony. All right. So last week we did a whole thing. We were already like 29, 30, 40 questions deep into the trivia, so we'll continue it. What is the name of the shaper of the Gnomish people? Rowan, 1. 2, Illumi. 3, Omra. 4, Trosna. What is the name of the shaper of the Gnomish people? We'll do this to buy some time while we hang out and wait for Louise to join us. Formerly known as Argosia. Can we make it a little bit bigger? My first screen is too small. Yeah, I can try to do that. I don't want to like. Oh, here's what I could probably do. Cut that. Cut that. Cut that. Cut that. Boom. And now we can just make that larger, right? Hopefully that's better. Ooh, I see a lot of people saying Rowan. That's the halflings. I had to sleep, have early client meetings, say hi to Lise. Will do. See you, Tails. Thanks for popping in. See a little bit better? Okay, cool. Cool. Number 5, Nerdcore. Yeah. Yes, Rowan is the halfling shaper, the one that was defeated by the masks. All right, I see the people saying 2s. Okay. Oh, you know what I should do is probably have those my list of answers up. All right, so yeah, the correct answer should be 2, Illumi. Oh, 1 second. There we go. All right, next question. What is the name of Taisha's wild companion? 1, Hala. What? 2, Maya. 3, Alba. 4, Asha. Also, it's Laura B. Thank you so much for that subscription. If anybody else hasn't subscribed to the channel yet, if you like Critical Role, you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like nerd stuff, subscribe to NERDCORE. Let's see. A lot of people know this one. What did you think of the Judges Playing Forward moment? I did not see it, Mitchell. I've heard about it. I have not watched it. My last 2 weeks with launching Table and Talk and scheduling these interviews and doing all this, my time has been. I also interviewed the D&D Beyond people 2 days ago. I still haven't published that. Like it. I didn't watch it. Especially the Magic School added feats. Marvel Master, I think Arcana Unleashed is a great book, a great step in the right direction for 5.5e. I want more of this and less of Ravenloft, The Horrors Within. Ravenloft, The Horrors Within is great if you don't own Van Richten's guide. If you do, it's a lot of the same content. Not enough new stuff for me to say, go buy this if you own Van Richten's. Arcana Unleashed has enough new stuff and interesting stuff and like tells you how to do certain things and yada yada that I think it's worth it. Yo, what's up, Webbers? This character in this quiz. All right, the correct answer for this one is Hala, who is also the BBEG of the entire campaign because she is ridiculously powerful. All right, let's move on. Which of the following is not a point of interest in the city of Riesengirdle? This one's probably going to be tough. Castle Klippenblick. 2, Kappelgarten. 3, Schongarten. And 4, Kursenblad Caravansary. I think I know the answer to this one. Which of the following is not a point of interest in the city of Riesenguttel? Hey, Mail. Hello, hello. Mail. I always call you May, and then I just called you Mail. Hello, May. Point of interest. Like a named location. It's better than Van Richten's. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but like it's just not enough new, if you even know what I mean. Like Ravenloft the Horse, if that's what you're talking about. All right. Just in time waiting on Louise. Yep. Well, hopefully some of you are here for me too. You know. I have no idea, Jonathan. I haven't run it. Let it mishammer this. Nope. I don't know if those are words. Okay, we got some 4s and we got some 2s, it looks like. Just imagine the epic 1v1 between Hala and Thimble, though. Very true. Dragdrate is gifted Orange Cheetah subscription. Thank you so much for... I just realized I'm covering up the notification with that. Thank you so much. Oh, I didn't put my new logo on the overlay, guys. I got a whole new logo and I still got that thing on there. This is about to be crazy. Hold on. Am I about to try to just put a logo on top of the logo? Yeah. Yeah, I am. This is about to look really bad, chat. Let me move that up. But here we go. Oh, that's terrible. Completely forgot. Okay. The correct answer is for Kursenblad Caravansary. So Castle Klippenblick, we all know that one. And they did go to Schongarten is where the Druids were, with Schongarten, I believe. And I don't remember Kappelgarten, but I also do. Like it's there, but I can't like pinpoint it.
What? I don't get this.
All right. Let's go to so that's maybe like the full thing written out is a little different as well in terms of the logo. All right, next question. What is the name for the celestial blood / ichor in Wikander's tattoos? 1, pedigree. 2, filigree. 3, fibril. 4, filament. No, I have it transparent, but if I put it transparent, you're going to see the other logo sitting behind it. Right? Like right now, I'm just trying to cover up the fact that I forgot to change the logo out on this overlay. I don't actually know if I still have this overlay in Canva for me to be able to like swap out. Kursenblad was a family. Kursenblad was some of the people, Taryn. Yeah. One of the like the knights. Right? Or am I crazy? Well, 1 is kind of how we got it, though. Again, these questions, I think all of mine were in last week's when we did the trivia. Every question that's left is actually from Piratey Steve in the chat. So shout out to Piratey Steve for doing all of these trivia questions. I can't take credit for any of these ones. Yes, the correct answer is filament. Filament. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, this is a nice one. Which of the following NPCs is not a gnome with the last name Morn? So far as we know. 1. Cerebel. 2. Pimley. 3. Timiday. 4. Olbid. Cerebel, Pimley, Timiday, Olbid. So I'm out of some of those questions last time. What Sundered house would you want to be in if you were an Armand? What Sundered house would I want to be in? I think right now the one, I don't know enough about Cormorant, but I do know that Einfasen seem like honorable, and so I'm going Einfasen right now. But I love the politicking of some of the other things. As always, getting my like and early, doing my part. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. If anybody else hasn't already clicked the thumbs up button on the video down below, giving this video a like, please do so. Yeah, Lettuce Dragon. Yeah, he did. He was a cursing blood when they went in. So drought was over. Yes, the Mr. Fish. It comes back tonight. And Louise should be joining us in like the next 10 minutes. Which reminds me, I keep having to click over and make sure that I have the thing up. All right. The correct answer to this question is Timiday. It's 3. 3 is the one that is not. Obed Morn is, of course, the gnome man with the knife that Whitney stole. Pimley is the one that Murray had the moment in the bathroom with, where he thought they were having a moment and they were not. I don't remember Cerebel. Maybe it's a daughter or something like that. Not 100% sure. We'll move on to the next one. All right, he will be here at 5:30 Pacific, so he'll be here in about 6 minutes. What is the technical name for the Orcish equivalent of a wake? 1. Blood Reckoning. 2. Faram. 3. Merhaz. 4. Remembrance. That would be interesting, Marvel Master. Yeah, it looks like everybody's getting it. Everybody's getting it. All right, we got about 5 minutes until Louise is going to jump on. Sorry. I didn't realize it was going to take that when I clicked over and refreshed. Yes, the correct answer is 2. The correct answer is 2. What is Murray Magnessen's job at the Penteveral? 1. Bursar. 2. Professor of Divination. 3. Associate of Graduate Studies. 4. Generalist Wizard. All right, we got some 1s. We got some... I don't know if the 4 was for this one or the last one. Oh, all those 1s coming in. Oh, so excited. Southlands were so good. And now we get to start a new book camp. Yes, Large McBottoms. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. She works there? Yeah. Fortunately, Steve is calling my name, but I hope everyone has a great rest of streaming out with Louise. Hey, thanks for hanging, Joan. Appreciate it. Sorry you missed that part of it, but the VOD will stay up. So you can always come back and watch the section with Louise a little bit later. It'll still be there. Bursar handles the money. Mila. All right, the correct answer is 1, Bursar. Which NPC did not survive the Falconers' Rebellion? 1, Loza Blade. 2, Talsidamir Pridesire. 3, some dude named Milo. 4, Tunk the Boar Man. Which NPC did not survive the Falconers' Rebellion? 1, Loza Blade. 2, Talsidamir Pridesire. 3, some dude named Milo. 4, Tunk the Boar Man. Of course, with Louise for any alum. What do you mean, Godless Artist? Professor said it's weird. Take a his or just no, because even in the thing, didn't you say like she cares about the students and that like her favorite thing to teach was divination? I don't remember if it was framed as like would be her favorite or is her favorite, because it kind of felt like she's a professor but she's a bursar, so maybe both. To me so far. Oh, Mitchell, that's tough to answer. I can't really answer that, right? Like, one, they were all cool in their own ways, and they were all meetings in very different circumstances. So that's I can't really, right? Like, I know Louise better as a human being, right? I had a really fun, long, over an hour-long conversation with Travis about business, Critical Role, about whatever, and Robbie was just like a hangout with a group of people talking, right? Like just very different atmospheres, experiences to be like, oh, I like this person's, better or something, So that's a tough one that I really don't want to answer. So the correct answer here is some dude named Milo. Rest in peace to dude named Milo. All right, next one, which could be the last one before Louise joins. What is the name of the main thoroughfare leading between the Kingdom of Timony and more southern realms? 1, the Northway. 2, the King's Highway. 3, the Great Road. 4, the Devalmar Pass. New trivia again? Yeah, we're just kind of doing this to have some fun. Louise is going to join us in about a minute. We'll hang out with Louise, ask Louise some questions for about 45 minutes. And that will be that. I think I'll have to, once he comes out, turn off my camera so my camera is active in there, and I'll just share that screen. I think it's the plan. Where Loza Blade was. She was like the captain of their group, I believe. Torn Banner. So let me move this. All right, let me go ahead and move this stuff over just in case he pops in. The correct answer is 2, the King's Highway. That is the correct answer. Wait, let me do that. Came before trivia is gone, so I can move this over here. Do that, move that, push that over there. Hey, thank you for the trophy with 1,000 jewels. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys have not already, click the thumbs up button on the video. Please do that. Click that thumbs up button. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, if you like Critical Role, subscribe. I do a lot of Critical Role content, Dungeons and Dragons content, nerd culture content, all that stuff. So definitely check that out. Just in time. Let's go, double. And Louise should be jumping on in just a second, guys. So For those of you on the vertical feeds, I will have to quickly try to figure out how to get that on. So just bear with me once that happens. Is there a bingo happening? There is a bingo happening. Jaded is putting together bingo cards. We do that in the Discord. If you guys haven't already joined the NERDCORE Discord, it is linked in the description of this video. Please join. We have a whole section dedicated to actual plays, Critical Role, Dimension 20, Dungeon Masters. We have a channel set for Critical Role Bingo. Jaded puts together cards for bingo by your suggestions, your blocks, and then we do bingo in the Discord. So definitely join that and jump in. Question about the tailgate. After hearing Travis has discussed the death boon mechanic, do you think we'll be using in your own campaign? No. Biko says 259 tonight's chat right now. The video likes on the video is only 96. You guys are slacking. You guys are slacking. Click that. Of course, I'm about to leave work just as he's coming on. I have to focus on driving, forcing back and listen. Hey, yeah, be safe. Be safe, be safe. Did you add a dragon to the bingo? I feel like that is somewhat unlikely, but never impossible. I'm trying to think of bingo suggestions, but sigh, it's quite hard. I believe in you. I believe in each and every one of you. All right. Oh, admit one guest. I'm letting somebody on. Admit. All right. Hey, hold on. Let me turn my camera on for you.
What's up?
Hey. All right. I'm turning off my camera over here. Let me swap back. Video capture. Oh, man. Not using OBS for this. Where's the button? Give me a button. Will this work? No. Okay. We're going to try that one more time. I'm pretty sure everybody... Chat, can you say if you can hear Louise? You should be able to.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
All right, now let's try it. No. Okay. The other method is I very quickly plug in a webcam and let you see me through that.
All right.
Because otherwise, I know on OBS, all I have to do is right click the thing and go like deactivate source. I'm using Meld though, and in that it is not that easy.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, I'm saying words. I'm saying words, and that's that. All right, that's what we'll do. But hey, thanks for jumping on.
Hey, happy to be here.
Let me swap scenes. They can't even see it yet. I'm a mess with this whole thing. All right. Hopefully
the joys
that
of
works.
live.
Boom. All right. Yeah, exactly. This is why this stuff doesn't happen live, guys. Just in case you were ever wondering, This is exactly why this stuff does not happen live. So let me swap that.
Technical difficulties are part of the charm.
Exactly. We're all learning together. All right. So if you guys have specific questions for Louise, feel free to throw them in the chat. I will vet them.
Wow.
Don't be weird or crazy. Or you
can be a little weird and a little crazy.
Maybe not asking what happens in tonight's episode. Maybe don't ask.
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah.
I don't know I don't know anything.
Yeah. You guys, okay. Everybody's welcoming you. So
hi everybody.
I
hope they can hear me.
They should, yeah. I believe they confirmed that.
Nice.
This flipping camera thing. This is why I have so many webcams that I can't find in the moment.
Like the background noise is fun.
Yeah, just going through all my drawers, being like, where are they? So while people are putting theirs in, I had a thing that was put together by one of the members of the community where it was basically trivia. We did trivia last week, which was a ton of fun. But there were a couple questions, because I'm not going to ask you ones related to like other tables and stuff. I know you don't watch them. But there were some related to your character. And this is to test how much you know about Azune.
Oh, crap. It's been a long time.
So one of the questions was, how old was Azune when he and his sister were separated from their home and parents?
Ooh, Azune was 12 years old.
Correct. he knows his character.
Mhm.
Yes, 12 years old. Okay. Another one here. This one should be easy. What is the name of Azune's sister?
Mayali.
All right. Everybody else got multiple choice. You're not allowed multiple choice.
Oh, yeah, no, I shouldn't be.
Everybody else got those. All right. Let's see. Will this work? No. Great. Just
trivia about my own character for some reason makes me nervous.
Yeah, like, am I gonna mess something up? I'm trying to think if there's
shit.
something else. I know there's ones in this list. Let's see. We got another one down here. Well, this one's kind of a general. What conflict did the Ozzy, Thimble, Tayor, Cadigan, and Azune all serve in?
Oh, we were all in the Falconers Rebellion. Yeah, we were rebels in the Falconers Rebellion.
That is the correct answer. All right. So now we'll take a couple of these from the chat. I plugged in a webcam, selected it, and oh, it is working.
Hey, there you are.
There we go. Okay.
There was your face.
This is
There's
way washed out, but we'll take it. Now let me figure out how to make it so we're like even and it's not making such a big webcam.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm a little shadowy on this side, this little corner of my place.
All right, there we go. Okay, here's one, and I'm curious about this because I feel half the time I say it, I'm like, I don't think this is right because Marisha said it on the tailgate, and I was like, that's not how I say it. Somebody said, Diarrhea says, will you ever reveal the correct pronunciation of Azune's name? Because I'm always like Azune, and then I think Marisha said it in a way that was like Azune, or she said just a way that I was like, that's not how I say it.
Yeah.
Is it Azune?
Azune and Azune are the two that have been most commonly used. And I think ever since I mentioned that there's been multiple pronunciations, none of them are right. I feel like different people have been introducing slightly different variations on it. We'll see. We'll see if that gets revealed or not. I like that people are curious about it. I'm gonna go on. I want to go off on that because like one of the things that I really like about the nature of what we do is, to me, it's messy. I like messy improv, and because that's how you know that this is a thing that's happening in the moment. We're being presented with things in the moment. We're discovering it together in the moment, and we're workshopping parts of the world, fleshing out parts of the world together in the moment, and so. I remember when I first heard the name pronounced multiple ways, and it was in that moment that I decided both of those are wrong. And because I really think that like one of the principles that I have is that there's no such things as accidents or mistakes. It's just the story wanting you to embrace something that you didn't preconceive. And the more you can say yes and to it, even and especially mistakes, then it just, I remember when I started to embrace that, it changed everything about how I experienced the things as they were unfolding. Because, you know, there's no accidents, there's no mistakes. It's what is this? What is there a potential discovery here? So that wasn't a plan that I had until I heard people pronouncing it multiple ways. And I was like, you know what? This is now a truth in the story that I'm going to embrace.
Which is kind of fitting because people also have this idea of like, wait, is there a secret to this guy? Like, is there like some sort of, and it's like, he's a man of multiple names too, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and it feeds into this sort of a kind of the identity or, you know, sort of messy identity that I've wanted to explore with him since the very beginning of all this.
Okay, there's a request here, and this is something I was talking about because I'd asked this. They said, this is says, will someone please let the cast and Brendan know that the halfling box is a casket, not a coffin. Love from your friendly neighborhood funeral home worker. I guess they explain that it's the dimensions. Like if it's
Yeah.
a certain way, it's technically a coffin or not, a casket or whatever. And they were like,
Ooh.
somebody
Hey,
passed
I
that
love
on.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to be careful because I'm already the guy that's like, I know the rules really well, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna. There's
Now
a
you're
fine
bringing in other
line
stuff.
before becoming the annoying know-it-all guy, and I'm trying to make sure not to become that guy.
Fair, fair.
Um,
Oh, what you do is you pass it on to somebody else and you tell them to bring it up.
that's
Yeah.
yes, that's good scheming.
All right. See, the schemer's table. Heck yeah. Let's see what else we got. Here's a fun one from Marissa. Says, what would be Azune's perfect post-cry ice cream?
Oh dang, that's hard to. Mm, mm, shit. Do
So many
I?
flavors.
Yeah. I'm gonna say none of them.
No, okay. Okay. That's a
Leave it at that.
choice. One of my not best performing, one of my really well performing TikToks or short videos was me. I was eating ice cream at the time, and I took a video of me just going, if your character could be any flavor of ice cream, what would they be? And for some reason, people just love to answer that question. Like the thing would
Wow.
like send me viral. People are like, oh, I'd be, like a rainbow sherbet with, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel with
That
a
was a
super
loaded
chat.
answer.
Yes, there's a lot there. Says Azune reminds me of King Azone from Forgotten Realms. Is there any connection there?
Whoa. Man, now I really got to go into my forgotten realms lore,
Yeah, I don't know
and
who that is. So
I can't pull this person out, and I would be making some people in my home game very upset right now because they're uh, huge consumers of all the books and stuff. We're slight tangent, I guess, because I speak in tangent. We did we
yeah,
we
we've done
recognize
this.
this. Yes.
Yes.
Um, I'm in a Dragonlance campaign in one of my home games, and our DM for this home game has like read all the books, and I have not, and I feel like I'm getting a crash course in the Dragonlance lore.
They get to be a
Because
know-it-all, and you have to.
I'm happy when other
Yeah.
I like absorbing knowledge from other from know-it-alls. I don't think I'm truly a know-it-all.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty dumb, so I can't. I'm not very smart. I can pretend that I am sometimes, but dang, I don't know. I wish I would need to look up right now. I would Google this character so I can refresh the lore on that. But so that being said, if there are parallels, unintentional.
Okay. Have you seen the animatics from Dispel Logic? He does like the animated
Yes,
yes.
I've seen a few of those. Mhm.
Yeah, those are incredible. He's a member of the
Yeah.
community, and so
Oh, nice.
he's just so helpful and friendly, and does a lot of those. And I know he's done several scenes that your character was in.
Yeah.
So yeah, very
Yeah,
very
I saw the
cool.
alter. Somebody sent me the alter self
Oh yeah, yeah,
animatic.
yeah,
Oh,
very
cool.
good. Let's see. We have another super chat that says, as a neurodivergent viewer, I see a lot of myself in Azune. Is it a choice you've made to portray Azune in that way?
Oh, not overtly, not really. I think that if it's, I'm not avoiding the possibility of that by any means, and I think that there's aspects of him that I can see can absolutely be recognized as that. Um, Sometimes I wonder if it's just me. Uh, and although I don't know if I am, I haven't been tested.
Yeah.
But I do think that sometimes some people's recognitions of something that's neurodivergent, I'm like, oh, really? I thought that was just how I am.
Yeah.
Maybe. So I'm not seeking to do that on purpose, but I think that there's some things that I've um, could have inadvertently. I can see how that's absolutely manifesting, and I'm not. I'm happy about that. I'm glad if people see that in him because I think it makes complete sense. And yeah, but I definitely didn't sit down and say I'm going to create a character that has XYZ neurodivergent
Yeah.
traits. But some of it may just be subconsciously coming from me.
Yeah, or just qualities that you picked out for this
Yeah.
character as you were building them, and they align
Yes.
with some of these things.
And I think that there is someone I know that there's certain personality traits that I think I've talked to a friend of mine about it that I don't think Azune is based on this particular friend of mine, but there's elements that I definitely was like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of doing I don't know. It's I guess in a way, there's parts of him that I've folded into Azune, or little parts that I've observed, and my this particular friend happens to be neurodivergent, so
Mhm.
maybe, uh, uh, and he sort of looks like he could be Azune. He's a
Okay.
big looking sort of dude. He's big and buff.
Yeah, okay. This could be some inspiration there. Somebody wants
Yeah.
to know if romance is on the table for Azune.
I say yes. I think that I don't avoid the possibility of that, especially if I'm comfortable with the other people that I'm role playing with, and that includes if it's available for an NPC in an NPC because I'm that'll be role played opposite Brennan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if the story takes me there and the circumstances take me there, I would be doing a disservice to avoid it if the story's pulling me in that direction. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
it's one of those things like if you feel like it's there and it can happen naturally and it
Oh
fits
yeah,
the scene in the moment and your character, like true to your character, then yeah, I'm all for that. You know, like some people they try to force like we want this relationship and it's like, well, it's up to the
yeah,
members of the cast, right? Like it's
yeah, 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 yeah.
not up to you guys.
I think there's some potential on the table for a few possibilities, and I'm, you know, just letting the story take me there if it does.
Sweet. Okay. We got one from Zibadice Mill. And I don't know this name in here. The deliberate nature of Azune reminds me of your other character, Nines Rodriguez. Was that
Nines,
Nines?
Nines
Nines
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Was that a conscious
Ooh,
choice? Deliberate nature of Azune reminds me of your other character.
oh man, that's a vampire person. I love talking
Okay,
to
I haven't seen
vampire
those.
people. So Nines Rodriguez is who I played in LA by Night,
Okay.
and he's a canon character in the World of Darkness setting. So he's the vampire baron of downtown Los
You told
Angeles.
me about him. Yeah,
Yeah.
you told me about him because you're playing somebody that wasn't like you made them. Like you were playing somebody that already existed, sort of thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
okay.
is really hard
Yeah.
because this character already exists, and so I let myself basically explore my interpretation of that character. Um, that's so interesting because I find nines to be passive, very passive, and I think he sort of has to be because his introduction into that world is as an NPC mentor in the video game. So he kind of mentors the protagonist, that is the player character in the video in the vampire video game. And I found that to be one of the most challenging traits because I had to be this quintessential NPC. I couldn't actually take matters into my own hands because that would violate like what I was being asked to do in LA by Night, and he is just the NPCest of NPCs.
Okay.
But there is something deliberate in how he engages the fledgling that he's mentoring to become this like leader of the revolution, and it's how I went about engaging Annabelle, played by Erika Ishii in LA by Night. So I see that there's a deliberateness in how he would engage her, but then also never really took matters into his own hands. He needed to inspire that in somebody else. Uh, so I see how that yeah, that there's something deliberate in how he engaged her, but then remained passive and in the background in terms of the big events that unfolded in the story. I think Azune wishes he could be more in the background, but realizes that he has to step forward and be an active participant now that,
Yeah.
especially Thiazi's gone, and
Which
he's
I think
sort of
we've seen
realizing,
some too, right? Which is some of
yeah,
his breakdowns are kind of like, there's no back. I have to be active in this. I have to be
yeah,
willing to step up.
I have to be willing to step up, and um, yeah, his emotionality is multi-layered,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. He's a schemer. through and through. I will say, and I stand by that. This he thinks of himself as a soldier, but I think is starting to understand why Theozy placed him where he did.
Hmm.
Um, and my boy can scheme.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's why he's got multiple names, multiple of the
Yeah,
same name.
yeah.
Let's see. Daniel with a super chat says, "Very interested to know where Azune's native language comes from. Is it based on or related to Nahati?
Nahuatl.
Nahuatl? Yeah.
Uh, yes, it is inspired by it. It's not directly. I'm not directly taking words, but there is something that I when you get to write your own character and put them in a fantasy setting, there is something to me that longs to tap into some of my own ancestry and its mysticism and its fantasy. And maybe it's because I never, got to explore that in the established materials in
Hmm.
these games. Even though I know there's other games out there that allows for that exploration, but there's always a part of me that's like, what can I don't know. Is there something that I can imbue in this? And especially when uh,
What?
we're creating a brand new
I
world,
don't get this.
um, I definitely wanted to explore something that paralleled that. So yeah, it is. There's other words that will come about that are all. I, there's a collage of uh, indigenous Americas, especially Central and South, which is what I have ancestry from. I have Aztec ancestry, I have Mayan ancestry, I have Huizca, which is and Carib Indian from the spread of where my heritage comes from, um, and part of it is also realizing as I've gotten older the little pepperings of those traditions that are uh, a part of my family and a part of my upbringing that I didn't really know until you start to like dig into it and you're like, oh, uh, this is a unique and different uh, I guess a cultural thing that I uh, know is familiar and isn't unique and different for my family and where we're from. But I think comparing it to like friends of mine, you start to see different parallels and different and things that are different. So
Yeah.
to answer that question, yes, uh, it is a parallel to Nahuatl and to other Mayan languages, and I also do think to speak to that, man. See, I just keep talking.
No, no, no. Hey,
Um,
that's what people are here for.
yeah, and even though I know that I have that in my ancestry, I also recognize how removed I am. And so, even though there is a desire to explore that, I do think that I need to be careful with it because even though you have that ancestry, being removed from it, it could feel um, exploitative to just do this really cool thing from this culture that I'm not a part of,
Hmm.
even if it is in my heritage. Um, so I think like letting it be based on it and trying to honor it, and also letting part of Azune's relationship to it be similar to mine, which is he's been removed from it. He's doesn't remember it. So trying to be careful with how trying to do it with integrity, but
Yeah.
also um, it's now a part of the world, um, and I think that's important to have that be there.
Somebody has this, which is, I don't know. They said, uh, well, actually, I don't even know if this is a question. I thought they were asking. I thought it was a question that said, like, who's Azune's second favorite character after Belair? Like, they were just going, your favorite character is Belair. And I don't know that that's now I'm realizing maybe they meant that their favorite character is Belair. So we'll move on from that. But okay, there's one that I thought that was interesting. We've seen Azune willing to do anything for the cause. What is behind his drive? Is it from birth, his circumstances transforming him? Is he a sociopath or just a soldier following orders?
Oh, I love this. Oh, that's good. Um, Is he a sociopath or a soldier following orders? I like gray areas of stuff, and this
How
is
about
like my
both?
psychology, and like I think. that when does the behavior that we see move from being, well, that's kind of a thing that a lot of people do, a little bit of, maybe sometimes innocently, when does that cross a threshold to where it becomes like, okay, wait, that's a yellow flag, orange flag, red flag sociopath? Um, it does go back to one of the last things the last interaction that he had with his parents. His father told him to be useful, to stay useful,
Yeah.
and that uh, uh, I like messy relationships. I like the things that a parent tries to pass down as wisdom to a child that then lands way different than the parent might have intended. Because I can understand how a father can look at their child as they're saying, "Goodbye, my 12-year-old. You're now going to go on to hopefully what leads you to a better life than what circumstances gave us. So you got to make sure that you excel at everything. You got to make sure, and I think that's relatable. I think a lot of people who are perfectionists can sometimes trace it back to something that a parent may have planted, that led to that kind of growing out of control, even if it was innocent. So I go back to that last thing that was said, which was you got to always be useful, or else they're going to leave you behind. And so seeing that seed kind of grow in a really twisted way has contributed a lot to what he's carried with him, doing whatever it takes to get the job done, following orders, and having a lot of his identity be dependent on, for many, many years, how Thiazi saw
Yeah.
him,
How can you be
and
useful to him? Right? Like, how can you be
specifically to him.
molded by that? Yeah.
And now that he's gone, who's gonna fill that void?
Yeah. I found it interesting because I love that relationship or that statement about like be useful because it felt like it gave Azune like that very early. This is the line I'm on. Like I need to be however I can be. I need to be useful. And so again with this mystery that people have kind of around him of like, is he like a turncoat? Is he this? All these sorts of things that people kind of think. And then again, like, oh, his name pronunciation. Then also being like, useful to who? Right?
Yeah,
Like, is there a
yeah,
secret? Is somebody using him in a way that he doesn't even know? Like all these sorts
yeah.
of things that are really interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, all of those things to me, honestly, I feel like uh, none of that is my business. Like I love ambiguity. I love the gray area, and I do. I don't, dive into the, I guess, audience response
Hmm.
much, even though some of it gets sent to me, and sometimes I can't help myself but click on it. But I do tend to stay away. Even in Calamity, when I did Calamity, I stayed. I had no idea how Calamity was even being received until well after it was done airing.
Hmm.
Um, and and so I think that as long as enough people are sort of chewing on the gray areas that I'm trying to sort of present, then I'm satisfied with that the presentation of what I'm exploring.
Yeah.
Um,
Let people kind of have ideas and sift through it and try to come to
yeah,
conclusions that maybe even Ozuna himself or you yourself haven't actually figured out yet. But it's kind of
yeah,
like you have these people doing it.
yeah, and I haven't, and I do think that there's something like because I've had people come up to me and want me to define something concretely, and I think that cheapens it and that robs them of their own totally valid interpretation of what's happening. And it's not. I say it's like not my job. I'm not interested in policing people's responses to it. It's you know valid. Every interpretation is valid. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me.
Yeah.
Now that it's out there and people are watching it, it's not mine anymore. It's out there to be judged and
Yeah.
interpreted
Which
however.
is also freeing to you though, to be like, that's it. It's out there. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Somebody has this one. Are you more scared of Otto or Herondas Einfasen?
Ooh, that's really
I
good.
think with what we recently learned about Herondas being like he was next in line, but now like the kids, Otto had kids and all that. Like I feel like that changes things a little bit.
It does change things. It does change things. That and the conversation that happened in the carriage
Hmm.
has stayed with me. even though a lot of it happened in Giant, you
Mhm.
know, and so I don't understand it, but I remember reading that Otto and his sons were kind of on a similar page with each other, and Herondis felt a little bit like the outlier to me, even though the three of them had some differences between them. But he just Herondis in that moment, I was like, hold on, you, hmm, yeah, I don't know about you.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, because I mean, what is somebody in his position? What is he willing to do?
Yeah.
And I remember him telling me, "You should fear me." Um, and I think he meant it.
Yeah.
He's worthy of fear. So Herondis right now. Also, he's the one that I'm dealing with. Otto left,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Herondis is still here, and I still have to deal with him every day. So
I'm
that
I'm
makes him automatically
afraid
scarier.
I'm afraid for Otto from Herondus, because if he wants that power and he thinks like the only way to get it is to break this line down, like I'm worried about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, let's see. We got one about Xerxes. Dano says, "Would you like for Xerxes to appear again in an animated show or movie? Do you think that could happen?"
I would love that. Anything is possible.
Yeah. And cut. All right. So, let's see. Breebury says, Azune has ripped my heart out and handed it back to me several times. I love how hard he's trying to stay good. As a mom, I just really want to hug him and tell him he's going to be okay. Okay, it's not a question, it's heartfelt.
Hey,
Yeah. He's been
yeah.
going through it.
He's been going through it.
He's been going through it.
He's been going through it. And I do think that as more story unfolds, I think the possibility of things that people have already seen might be reframed.
Yeah.
I think that's all I'll
That's
say.
the interesting parts about a lot of these things is
Yeah.
that sort of like, are we seeing this right or that right? Even unrelated to like your character, just in
Yeah.
general, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's been something that's been teased throughout a lot of this is even like with Theazi, there's been so many different interpretations of who he is and what his, his goals and his
Yeah.
purpose and all that.
Yeah, you know, it is, you know, there are a million different versions of us that exist, you know, philosophically, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, everyone we come into contact with, there's a different version of us that exists in their reality and their perception of us. And so how do you dig into that? Um, really dig into that. And uh yeah, I'm very deliberate with everything, with all the, like, I guess people would say choices. Um, and so is he. Azune observes people and is willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Here's one from Zebras that says, "Will Azune search for his sister now that he knows that she's alive?" I feel like definitely wants to. Whether or not he can in this moment is a different
Yeah. I
story.
mean, I think I can share this. I think that he's hmm, it's only in certain moments where he actually has to deal with what he really feels about a real thing, because he's so focused on getting the job done. And I do think that he processes feelings, and certainly in a different way than I do.
Hmm.
Uh, and he's I think he's pushing that away. I think that he is immediately after seeing her and the impact that that had, and then her disappearing. I don't think he's had much time. So much continues to happen.
Yeah.
And he's the kind of person that's like, not dealing with this, shove it down, stuff it away, because I got this guy right in front of me that I got to make believe that I'm something I'm not. And that's him. That's his every single day. Is who do I need to lie to right now to keep my cover going or to get the job done? Um, and and lies can come in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. It's
Innocent
something
ways.
that has, I feel like, been a centerpiece for the campaign at large. I mean, you have like multiple times you're like, wow, this person really hasn't had time to like actually deal with what they just
Yeah.
went through or what they just saw or what they just heard, because it's like we're still moving. Like we gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
There's more stuff happening, more bad guys, more
Yep.
secrets. So yeah, it's a lot for multiple characters in the campaign. Call me. Juhan says, "Are you looking forward to building up on a relationship or sharing scenes with other player characters you haven't interacted with much, like Wick?"
Yes. My favorite thing are two-person scenes. I love role playing opposite
Oh yeah,
one other
we talked
person.
about this too. Yeah.
Oh my god. Because there's just so much um it is a very deliberate part of how I play these games. And it traces back to something an acting teacher told me a long time ago, which is you're only interesting to the extent that you're interested in something or someone else. And so, uh, keeping that in mind, the best way that I can demonstrate my appreciation for the other people that I'm sharing the table with is to be interested in them, in their characters, and to pay attention to the things that they do and the things that they say, and to have that inspire genuine curiosity and genuine self-reflection, like what they say and what they do, letting that have an impact on how Azune thinks about himself and thinks about the world. Because to me, and this goes to the NPCs also, I think it's one of the best ways to show every appreciation for everybody else's creative contributions is to make their characters and the NPCs that our dungeon master makes, make them feel like real people to you that
Yeah.
you are interested in as much as your character would be interested in them if we were all real people.
Yeah, because your character is, to them, they are real. So it's like I
Yeah,
should interact or be impacted in some way in
yeah.
character.
And in two-person scenes is where you get to really dig into that. I get to really ask questions about who they are, who they think they are, what they think about this thing that somebody else did, or that's unfolding around us. And it sort of also provides an invitation for their backstory to kind of start to reveal itself through the interaction with another person. Which is, to me, I think the best way that it gets revealed is when it's pulled out of you
Hmm.
by somebody else, or compelled out of you because of what someone else has done. And truthfully, I mean, there's so much I've seen other people do that, and I can interpret that as like Azune has witnessed these people say things and do things, and it makes him want to ask them about it, dig into it, because as you learn about somebody else, especially with how I've created
Oh
Azune,
my
who's like
god.
has this sort of identity messiness, uh, the more he learns about how other people know themselves, the more it might help him understand which parts of himself are the real parts of himself and which parts of himself have been the lie he's had to tell
Yeah.
for however long to survive, to get the job done, to remain useful for all the reasons that he does those things. And I'll say this, sometimes I think he tells lies and doesn't know that he's some of it's subconscious, some of it's
Yeah.
automatic.
Something that
Um,
came with being useful at a point, or whatever it might have been.
and being told to lie. He's been embedded in the Revolutionary Guard for many years. He's been having to live and embody a lie for so long. Um, so yeah, like all the characters, I long for a one-on-one scene with every single one of them because, I mean, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, somebody had asked, because I know I don't want to keep you too long. So we got like 5 minutes or so left. So I'm going to get through. I don't want to tell you it's a lightning round, but let's see, because we got a
Yeah.
couple that I thought were interesting. Somebody's asked a couple times here, Mira Kit, and I don't know how much you'll want to go into this. So if you can't, again, it says, was it known beforehand that Azune was connected to dragons in some way, or was that a surprise for you when Brennan revealed it as well? And I feel like it was something that you just kind of decided later, if I remember correctly. Like it wasn't like a beginning thing. It was like a later, you were like, oh, I do think I want to pursue that.
Well, it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I knew uh, I knew that I was very likely going to go down a draconic path, and a lot of it was based on just the world and what I learned about Ahriman and the lore that Brendan had, which I still don't know a lot of. Um, but that wasn't totally set in stone. Like he doesn't demand us to set anything in stone. Like he's obviously Brennan is pretty good and he's able to like pivot immediately. And so um we did have a check-in about whether I might go a different subclass.
Okay.
Part of it is because, and I will say I'm not a min-maxer, but I am an optimizer. And to be honest, a draconic sorcerer is best served by a dex-based build. Um, and a dex-based build was just didn't make sense to the character that the silhouette if he's like superficial about it and vain, but like it just didn't fit the character as I envisioned him. But you know what subclass would be really good? Divine Soul, because of this like ability that they have to add an extra 2d4 to like certain social checks. Man, that'd be really good for a schemer.
Yeah.
So there's a part of
You
me that
had
was
so
like, oh, I don't
many
know.
nat 20s on
I
like these
know.
crazy skill checks where it's like, hey, dude, big persuasion roll. You're like, nat 20. Like,
Yeah. Yes, I did. I got, but you know, it's nice to have other little things in your back pocket
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to help you get over certain thresholds if your life is on the line. But just, you know, I kind of debated on like, oh, but I could maybe go down this other one because I would stop trying to optimize beyond the theme and the story that you are really wanting to dig into.
It can
So
be a battle as a player sometimes to be like, wait, is this just like, oh, it can get me a better roll, or is this better for the story or the idea I have narratively and like
yep.
contesting that?
It's on my checklist of things to like definitely ask myself. I'm like, wait, is this optimizing within the theme because I'm cool with that, or is this optimizing because I want better dice rolls and this is like deviating from something that I know will compromise my enjoyment of what I like to explore. So draconic was the idea that I had early on, but it wasn't. You know, I knew that I didn't have to be married to it, but then it just was like, nah, man, this is the thing.
I think a lot of people are happy with it, and a lot of people have their guesses coming about. Let's see. This one, Big Dog says there's an old saying that a man can't come into his own until he steps out of his father's shadow. With the Ozzy being a father figure for Azune, how does that the reveal that he is still around in Julian's shadow affect his growth? That's an
Oh yeah.
interesting question. Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm gonna choke on my own spit.
No, if you need to grab some water or something.
Nah, I'll power through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I love parent-child, messy parent-child dynamics, and in Xerxes, I got to kind of explore that from the parental side, and here I was curious about the like many parental figures that he's had in different chapters of his life, and like how do you kind of carry this burden of your parents' sacrifice and knowing that you kind of need to um, do whatever it takes to be useful, to succeed, to thrive, not just for yourself, but because you got to do it for those that are not given the second chance that you are getting because of their sacrifice. So there's them. He still carries them with him. And then Thiazi definitely became immediately this sort of pseudo father figure. And I don't know how well equipped he actually was to like step into those shoes.
Yeah.
But he definitely, got that projected onto him. And him existing still in this weird, messy way as a shadow. I mean, it's just like Mayali. I think that Azune's not. He's like not confronting that. I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't know
People
what
from your
those feelings
past
are.
that are supposed to be gone keep coming back.
Yeah, keep coming back, and I think that he will be inevitably he will have to reconcile something with that, um, and and I do think that Hal kind of stepped into that. Taisha, in a way, too. There's a sort of parental projection in very different ways that has been placed on each of them, sort of. But his experience with them, he was a little bit more grown up when they came into his life, and the cornerstone of that remained as Thiazi, even with Hal and Taisha kind of entering his life in his adolescence. Yeah, I think that, that saying, like, you come into your own once you finally step out of, your father's shadow.
Mhm.
That's definitely a part of this journey is this sort of self-actualization. And he's, an adult. He's out of his adolescence, but a lot of his development got arrested in various parts of his childhood and adolescence. And there's parts of him that still that it some parts of him are very much like I'm a grown up man and I can handle my shit in this arena and in this arena. But when it comes to other stuff, he's like still a boy trapped in a man's body.
Yeah, like in some of those facets, it's like, oh, I was always told what to do in this situation, not handle it on my own, or like I was told couldn't. So yeah, all right. I know we're at the time that we kind of set. I want one last question here,
Yes.
which was from D&D Nerd that says, will there be another season of Tales Unrolled? The first season was great.
Still up in the air, undetermined. I wish I can say a solid yes. But we do not have a right currently. There is no green light to move forward with it in the foreseeable future. And I knew that was a possibility, which is why I hoped to end it with something that feels at least somewhat, not totally conclusive. It can definitely can continue, but there is some sort of um, ending baked in, which is really hard to do, by the way. Like,
Yeah, I
how
can
do you? The
imagine.
assignment is to have this end enough so that it feels like enough of an ending, but then also don't end it too much in case you
need
want to
come
go back to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So up in the air.
Okay.
But
Well,
thanks for
sweet,
watching
man.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Clearly, they enjoyed it, as did many others. As always, a pleasure to chat with you, man. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
hopping on.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody. Thanks for just I don't know. I love talking about this stuff, and I hope a lot of you are engaging in your own stories and are have your tables that you're playing with. It's an important muscle for us to stay connected to because we're all meant to be storytellers, and it doesn't matter if it's an audience of 5 people or 5,000, 5 million. It's legitimate and important and something that we should all be a part of. So. Thanks, everybody.
Sweet. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. Look forward to our next chat. Thanks for coming on.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Bye.
See you, man. All right. Let me see if I can figure out how to turn my stuff back on. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the, I saw we got subscriptions. I saw we got some other stuff. I was trying to not interrupt or do anything like that. I'm sorry for the camera quality. I know that was atrocious for me, but yes, thank you guys so much. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you want more Critical Role, Dungeons and Dragons, nerd culture content, subscribe. If you want to support me staying full-time doing content creation, consider becoming a member here on YouTube or subscribing on Twitch. If you have a Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime, which means you can subscribe for free on Twitch. Super chats also, thank you guys. I wanted to make sure I was trying to get questions from super chats as well as from the regular chat. I was doing my best to kind of bounce back and forth. I hope I got a lot of the big ones. Also, Tuesday, I sat down for over an hour with Travis. And there's an interview, a chat with him coming out on Tuesday as part of my Table and Talk series, which is a conversational series with nerds. So if you're interested in that, subscribe, check that out. We're still going for another 25 minutes, guys. So definitely hang out, continue to chat, talk about the next campaign and all that stuff. We're still here, so we're not leaving. So don't click away. Yes, if you want to contribute to bingo, Jaded is collecting things for bingo to put on the board. So make sure that you do that. And we'll put them on the board and join the Discord. Discord link down below. Just came in. How's it going? We just finished up a 45-minute segment with Louise. And it went very well. Deloner, thank you so much for that membership, by the way. I see your message right now. It was just I couldn't do that in the middle of that. Trifling Troubles, thank you for the $5 super chat. Great chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. What is the bingo about? It's just a game of bingo. There will be a link that I'll put in chat, and it will have all the different boxes filled out with things that you guys came up with. And every time somebody clicks and makes a bingo card, it'll be a random order. So your card won't be like somebody else's. And then one of the pieces will be like, Brennan says incredible. And so when Brennan says incredible, you mark off that box by clicking it on the browser. And then once you have bingo, you tell everybody you had bingo. Yeah, Yeah, 400 people watching on YouTube. That is probably a record for pre-show. It is. Yeah, we got over 400. So yeah. So yeah, I saw that. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I saw that I had the message when I was in it, and I was like, oh, I can't read through this right now. But thank you very much. Thank you. It's great. It's so much fun to find out more about Azune from the man and stuff. Yeah. He's so good at explaining his stuff. Yeah, Mirakit, no problem. So I saw your question a couple times. It's just certain questions, like you know, when you're thinking about, is this going to put the person on the spot to have to like say something and they don't want to get into it? So that's why I kind of prefaced it with like, hey, if you don't want to get into like, was this a planned event or not? I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable with any of that. But thank you guys for the questions. End of that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know most of them came from YouTube. But I did see some over on TikTok and whatnot. It was just, again, hard to get every single one in there. But thank you guys for the questions. And again, if you haven't already subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already given this a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up, all that sort of jazz. And the VOD is going to be up, guys. So if you missed it, you can go back and watch it. It's still going to be there. You'll be able to watch it regardless. So definitely tune in for that. After. Sadly, it's super late for me, so I got to go. Everyone have fun with the episode. Be watching tomorrow. Hey, sounds good. Thanks for hanging out. Being up a great spread of questions. I tried. Oh, listen, I did. Thank you for that. Thank you. And welcome to the channel. You said you're new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Like I said, I did an interview with Joe. Dump Sand. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I did an interview with Joe.
What?
Grace Ann, thank you for subscribing. Joe Manganello, I did that. That came out on Tuesday. So if you guys want to check that out. And then I had a talk with Travis today. That was over an hour. That will come out on next Tuesday as part of my Table and Talk series. So definitely subscribe. Take a look for that. But yeah, this is exciting. This pre-show with Luis up on YouTube. It'll stay up as a VOD. I don't know that I'm going to put it as like a separate video, but it'll be up as a VOD for sure. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting to tell people, join the Discord. Linked in bio. Join the Discord. There's channels for all that stuff, for talking about Critical Role, for doing the bingo, for doing all sorts of stuff. It is all in there. The last question was when I knew you were a great interviewer. Having Luis on was great. The last question was it. The rest of it were questionable. Thank you, Sixpo. I appreciate it. How much space is left in the bingo? That would be a jaded question. No limited space. Well, there you go. Well, let's see. We got a couple people in there. Thank you for those who have joined the Discord. Appreciate it. That just reminded me I need to kick this person out because they didn't acknowledge the thing about don't message people. 10 out of 10 goals too. We did, yeah. We hit all the goals. So thank you guys for the super chats. That was pretty awesome. Appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, the pre-shows go until 9:45. So we got another 20 minutes. If you guys have questions about Campaign 4, if you want to have a specific thing, anything at all, now is the time. Can't afford Beacon, I can't even afford Netflix, but I think getting it on YouTube is just all I really need. Do wish I could watch the cooldown though. I feel that they did give out a code though, Nikki. I don't know if you tried to use, they had like a month free code and stuff like that to try. Also, for those of you who join the Discord, make sure you do select actual plays on your thing. It looks like everybody did. So that way you'll be able to see the appropriate channels, like the Critical Role channels and stuff like that. I will tag some in the welcome chat for those of you who just jumped in. Absolutely, our champagne. Taking to do all this amazing thing for doing so much. Thank you, Dispel. Appreciate that. It's really fun and really insightful questions, everyone. Agreed, Stephanie. Pre-game character creation lore, but it's also no perspective of building character. Yeah, exactly. I just wanted, that to be known, because some other people might have asked a question that was just like too much, where I'm like, I'm not going to put them on the spot and basically be like, hey, spoil stuff, or hey, whatever. And I just want people to know that like that might be why I missed a certain question. I've been seeing a lot more videos in reference to Beacon subscriptions for Critical Role. Only got back into them recently, but it's nice to see them put themselves out there. Yeah. Nerdcore, is there anything that Louise just said in the interview that changed your opinion on Azune as a character? Some of those particular things either came up in my interview with him or are kind of somewhat known. I think he's added even more mystique about who Azune really is and who he could be. I think like that whole thing was really interesting to me. I agree on that, Steven. Thank you for passing along my comment with regards to the coffin versus casket debate. I've been trying to get through to one of the cast members since Rectangular Half-Like Size box arrived. I figured I'd pass that on. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, Baxter. No problem. What's your over-under for another PC Death this episode? This episode, that would be crazy. I have a bunch more potential randomized space. It was very hard to keep track of when what spaces were happening. That's fair. Which storylines are you most excited to see continue into this part of the campaign? Thiazi's Shadow, for sure. I'd also like to know whatever the relationship was where Azune said the line about, like, I'll tell your side of the story, but I don't think we're going to get that because they're going to different places. Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a few. I think I'll have a better idea for it tonight, you know, like once we really get into it. If that makes sense. It's a good interview. I'm glad you enjoyed it. New seekers are Belair, Cadigan, Thimble, Julian, Octus, and Valus. I'd like to see if Valus reacts to that death now. So kind of truly thank you. No problem, Dispel. No problem, man. Month free Beacon TV. Oh, maybe I didn't know about the month free. I should check it out. Yeah, I mean, at least it's something for a little bit. You can try to catch up on all the things, because the videos stay up there like they do on YouTube. So like if you want to go back and watch all the cooldowns, you can do that. What was the month beacon code? I don't remember it off the top of my head. They've had several throughout like the last couple of months. Any other fun good news about your adventures? Any fun D&D stories? Oh, from like my game? Not exceptionally. Nothing off the top of my head. Yeah. Oh, and my Saturday game, the DM was missing the last 2 weeks, so they ran a 2-session Baldur's Gate 3 game that was really cool. And I plan to make a little like short about, like we used the BG3 minis. Like I was Astarian, and we literally were in like the Shadowfell and like did that part of the story. It was fun. Congrats on the live turnout. I was at a restaurant, couldn't hear anything, but kept the live on. Hey, I appreciate it, Jay. Thank you. It was fun. Hoping for some Valus tonight, same. In regards to the new Beacon app for Roku, ATV, etc., works good on Roku. Can't wait for more integration, but it's good for content. Yeah, I have a Roku, so at some point I'll need to test that. Do they at some point plan on having the separated groups unite? Maybe like a massive battle unfold? Well, they've already united a couple times, right? They were all around in the hey, thanks for the subscriptions, guys. Thank you. They were already around in the my brain is fried. Also, I'm realizing that I didn't turn my camera back on the shorts feed and everybody's staring at nothing. Camera. What? The Convergence and the Overture, right? So they'll definitely, like, there's definitely a chance everybody comes back together when it comes to that. No doubt about that. Do we know when Travis will be coming back? Not for a while. Like, it'll probably be months before you see him at a table, because they like pre-record and stuff, and he's still not in. So guess for what the cold open will be. I'm thinking maybe either a flashback with like the Falconers Rebellion, or Taisha maybe. Do you have any training in interviewing people? You did a great job. I do. I don't know about training, but I've interviewed people quite a lot. In different situations, not necessarily like this. And talking to Louise is talking to Louise. Like, that didn't feel like an interview to me, which is fantastic, right? The best kinds of interviews are the ones that don't feel like interviews. He's easy to talk to. He's easy to get answers from. Some people, the hardest people to interview are the people that are stingy with answers, or that they don't give you a lot or whatever. And Luis does not have that problem. He's super friendly. He wants to share. He wants to talk, and he has awesome stuff to talk about. But yeah, I've done interviews. I think we'll get an animated intro tonight. I don't. Saw Sam liked your post with Luis interview on Insta. Have you been in contact with him? No, he commented on it. I haven't. I mean, I said the little response to him, like, you next. He follows me on Instagram. But I haven't like messaged him or anything like that, but sure. I mean, I'd love to at a point get everybody. Yeah. Sorry if I missed a thing. Yo, what's up, Dragon McWagon? I'm so excited. Same. How do you think the new Seeker members will change your original opinion of the Seekers group in general? Since I think you said the original Seekers are the weakest story compared to the other two. Oh yeah, I didn't like them as much. I think they all got better in the Convergence. I enjoyed every member of them, of the Seekers, in the Convergence more than I like them on the Seekers. So, you know, hopefully that continues, right? Like that's kind of the goal. What are you most excited to see in this next arc? I don't know if there's like a particular thing. Like I said, I want to know more about certain things that we're just not going to. I want to see Wick deal with the fact that he killed somebody in cold blood, right? Like that he did something that it was interesting to see Sam talk about it in the tailgate, because he was kind of like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Like that's such a crazy thing. Not pre-recorded. Oh, because he's still not in it. Greenbone is what I mean. So like his character is still not in. He still hasn't made a character, and they've been pre-recording they've been recording episodes for time now, right? So like even if they'll be doing for a week or two, that means that if they recorded, 4, 5, 6, 7 episodes, and he still hasn't even made a character yet, then the character hasn't been introduced yet, right? So that's what I mean. Oh yeah, the new intro could be different because of the changing of like that was the first chapter, right? But peace out. Got to get up early to teach kiddos. Thank you for an awesome live tonight. Try to catch it. Hey, sounds good, Baxter. Peace out. Thanks for hanging out. You're on Instagram? I am. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I even made a Facebook recently that's doing really well. I think it's already like 5 point something thousand followers, and it hasn't been up that long. And I still forget to post things sometimes, but yeah, I have put myself on just about everything I can at this point. Yeah, so he mentioned it during the tailgate, and then when I talked to him today for my Table and Talk series, it comes out on Tuesday. I know I've said that a lot in the stream, but on Tuesday, my episode with him comes out, and we dive into it a little bit more. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say that he tells me like who the character is and stuff, but he provides some more insight into like why his character isn't there yet and those sorts of things. It was a fun interview. My chat with him is really cool. You guys will definitely enjoy it on Tuesday. And we're back this week. We are, Grandpa. We are. Caught the ride last episode. Too much make believe. Play for my liking. I mean, we're not at the play anymore. Yeah. Went to Nerdcore. I really want to see how Wick is going to handle what happened. I wonder how much it will change him. Yeah, I really like Sam talking about it in the tailgate was really interesting. It's great. Sam says this won't happen, but it would be so cool if the cold open is Travis's new character. No one would expect that, and it would be awesome. It would also mean a ton of deceit, and I would feel personally betrayed. Since I was talking with Travis today. Made a new one? Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't had a new one yet. Again, more details about that and kind of what they're kind of looking at and waiting on and yada, yada, yada in my chat with Travis that comes out on Tuesday. And I believe, yeah, my name on all those platforms is NERDCORE GG. What? On every single one of them. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everything. NERDCORE GG. If anybody wants to go do the things. What? Thank you guys for those subscriptions. Appreciate that. Still maternity leave. Don't know, actually.
What?
I'm curious if we see more implications of a dragon reawakening into a world without God. Say no one alive has seen a dragon and they've been dormant. Yeah, I want to know more about that. 100% Sleep Starved. I want to know way more about that. How bad those roles were. Yeah, I don't. To me, I'm hoping that punishment for that will come down later, and basically he won't be able to talk himself out of something later because it's gonna like come back to haunt that. Is my guess, and kind of my desire. Made the stream we were so back. Yeah, Berzinger, you missed the I don't know if you were here. We had Louise on for 45 minutes. Good chat, so you might want to go back and watch that. It's great back and forth with Louise. Cheers. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you. And I hope in my response to your comment on the Joe thing that, you know, I tried to be very clear that like no issues, like everybody can have their own, like what you want out of an interview and all that. I just tried to, you know, say like, this is kind of what I want to do. Right. And I also think it depends on the person being interviewed and how interactive they are. Cause I understood you saying like the response was kind of like, yeah. And like, that's less than like somebody being like, yeah, you know, and like having more of that dialogue. Cause that's what I want. Right. I want more of conversational. I want more like I can be excited about something and they engage. And but I'm not the star of the show, and I know that, nor am I trying to be, right? But I like that, and that's kind of what I'm going for with it. So I hope all that came across in my response, because you were respectful in what you said, whereas somebody else who wanted something different did not. They just attacked me. How far along do you think they are pre-recorded now? I don't know. I know they've been recording recently, but maybe they've literally not been recording for the last 8 weeks, and so now it's like, okay, we're catching up. But clearly they had this episode recorded, so yeah. Personally betrayed, exactly. Would be rough. I lost so much respect for the character and be interesting to see the bounce back, if any. Could always die before any redemption. That'd be crazy. Cool reveal though. Yeah, but he knows the episode wasn't coming out today. He could have told me by the time this comes out, my character will be there. Another huge season or immediately split up? I think they kind of are. I feel like we're going to start with them having already split. I think it's going to start with like the Seekers having just exited the city or something. It's going to be my guess. No, Mitchell, nor would I do it. Because I do recaps for the campaign, I wouldn't do it. I couldn't. Oh, I forgot about the GTA preview. I wonder if Velas and Belair will have more clashes now that they're in the same group. Quite possible. Chris Perkins subscribed to the channel. Like the Chris Perkins? Like we took a picture together at at Gen Con, Chris Perkins. What do you think that Thaz and Julian are connected? Now Thimble is not going to let Julian ever say. Yeah, the whole shadow thing has added a different dimension to it, which was interesting to hear Louise talk about that as well. Fallen behind a lot due to work past few months. My on episode 27. Hopefully it's still going well. Yeah, you got some interesting stuff coming. Oh, Thimble's going to be mad when she finds out Belair let Bayless in the city. Yeah, maybe. Bria has been off of maternity leave for a few weeks now, though it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, not really sure when it comes to that. Travis S. the Aussie, that would be insane. I don't think so. Travis made a spoof PC that comes in and is just there to die faster than Spurt. Search NERDCORE on Facebook. There's a lot of different pages. Do NERDCORE GG. Yeah, again, when I decided to be NERDCORE, I didn't know there was a whole music genre. Okay? I didn't know there was this whole thing in regards to that. So, yeah. That's why everything's NERDCORE GG. And I finally made them all uniform when I got this new logo made. I decided to just all of it, because it was like NERDCORE GG, NERDCORE HQ, all that sort of stuff. And so, yeah. Best DM, don't forget it. Best DM ever, don't forget it. Talking about Chris Perkins. Nice. Yeah, somebody said Chris Perkins would be a good interview. I agree. So if that's actually the real Chris Perkins, let's do the thing, huh? I imagine Bria won't be there since I've had the baby at this point in recording. She's about to pop for you the way it was. Yeah, we'll have to see. Again, if that 8 weeks was enough, and if maybe they're recording now, but like she's not going to be in these, or was recorded before, right? Cold opens are going to be different. Like they don't need a huge commitment. That's something that she could do like before they record the previous episode, right? This could have been like while they were doing the convergence, she was doing cold opens for that, you know, because that's something that had to be planned. What's your opinion on mooning? Ever done it? I don't remember. Maybe as a teenager or a child. It's possible. Anything's possible. I'm predicting the cold open will be Julian versus the Aussie flashback. Okay. I still don't forgive Brennan for killing Hannon. Hannon was so cool in that moment. And you know, but it showed the power dynamic. And this was beautifully done, masterfully done. That he was making Hannon look really BA, like just a tough dude. Just like he rolls up to the freaking Sundered House of the Dakonis and is like, yeah, you got one of my people? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, you undead house. Let me go ahead and cleanse that for you. Starts doing a ritual. So you're like, this guy's tough. He's powerful. He's tough. This is awesome. And then Dakonis walks up and is like, dead. What's going on here? Just like dead. And I was like, holy crap. Like, that's kind of insane. I probably never found Nerdcore without the music. I'm a huge geek. Yeah, I didn't think about it. I made the name and now I'm battling for SEO every day of my life. How screwed do we think Taisha is? I think she's okay. Okay, Bria was still pregnant, so maybe some stuff is pre-recorded. There's no doubt some stuff is, yeah. I finally remember when Azune and Julian were talking on episode 4 and I was mentioning some type of secret between Julian and one of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I brought that up so many times where I'm like, I want to know where he was like, I'll tell the story the way you want to tell it. You know, and it's like, oh, what's the way he wants to tell it? Like, what's the real story, right? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. Probably the worst matchup. This guy called me Nerd Forge. It's not a bad name, though. Felt like both Cadigan would be slow burn character early on in C4. I really wonder how he goes versus stay or is gone. Azune. So in my interview with Travis that comes out on Tuesday, we talk a little bit about the relationship between them and why they were the way they were like during the convergence. You know, people had like, oh, they felt like they were background. They felt like they were disinterested. I asked Travis about that, and he actually talks about him and Cadigan and their characters and who they were and stuff. So tune in Tuesday. You guys are letting me plug my Table and Talk with Travis a lot. Who do you most want to see Julian interact with? I would like to see some more Thimble. I would like to see Azune to discover more. Yeah. Just embrace the nerdcore and rap some D&D lines. It's an old woman gnome this time? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I wonder if Taisha will threaten to kill her grandmother. She disagrees with her. Don't think so. No, I know. Orange Sheet, it's no biggie, dude. I was just playing around. Pirate Steve says, I want to know. How do Julian, Belair, and Tierney know each other pre-campaign? Well, Julian's, they're in the city. Belair is also there. Tierney, I think Belair was somebody who got drugs for them. Yeah, Belair, I think, helped Julian. Wasn't it like Belair's like the drug dealer for Julian and like sets up crazy parties? And so Belair and Tierney might have met at one of them parties, which is also where Julian and Tierney might have done stuff or something. We are getting to time though, so let me skim through these questions. Don't ask me any more questions. It's kind of hilarious that Travis was first to die. 2 main campaigns. It'd be like that. I see Travis plays. I agree, Chris. That was my big thing. I would like to see him be a member of the Cloak. It's about time everyone enjoy the show. Yeah. It's about the time to start. Get ready. Thanks for the pre-show. Give her thanks. So absolutely, will do, Daniel. This is more about Travis and his characters. So they're gonna not 20 when he's convincing how his relationship with the Aussie. I'd like to know the real story between Belair and Thaz. I agree with that. Zoom in catch video. I can watch catch up, so I stopped watching. They did a Convergence recap, the Rob Digital, and then I have multiple videos of a recap for every other episode. They fall between about 20 minutes in length. If you want to check those out. Bingo sent to you. Got it. Yeah, all right, let me throw the bingo in the chat, guys. If you want to do bingo, join the Discord. These are the bingo cards. These are the bingo cards. I'll put the... Why can't I type in the chat?
I don't get this.
Sick. All right, we'll do it over here. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. If you guys are somewhere else, I'll put it over here. If you guys are over here, I'll put it there. Put it over here. That's the bingo. There's a channel for bingo in the Discord, so definitely feel free to jump in and do that. It's a bingo channel. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you, each and every one of you. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up. Come hang out in Discord. Do all the things. Come back next week. We'll be here again next week. Please come back, hang out with us. Even without Louise, I hope you'll come. You'll have a good time and have some chats with us. Thank you guys. This was incredible. Thank you to Louise again, of course. Peace out, subscribe, all the stuff, and I will see you guys on the next one.